Hey everybody, it's Kurt with the Kurt Locker, and I'm back for rules number 2 for the Strongman Throwdown at Home Gym Con 2025. Now, event number 2 is the deadlift ladder. Now, I have it set up in my gym. Obviously, at the competition, it will be a much wider space, but for the sake of the video, this is going to be your rules and a demonstration of what the event should look like when you go to do it on competition day. As usual, I'm going to read directly off of the Iron Podium page, so that is linked down below, so go check that out. Second off, this has 2 very important sponsors. So first off, our title sponsor and barbell sponsor for this event, which is Bear Steel Equipment. Now, Sean is bringing Nick Best. That's right, Nick Best, probably the most known home gym athlete coming out of Vegas, and he's coming down to Home Gym Con to hang out with the Strongman athletes and to hang out at the Bear Steel Equipment booth. Huge thank you to Sean at Bear Steel Equipment for that. He is also providing the deadlift bars as well as the axle bar for this event. This Strongman axle bar has rotating sleeves and can be checked out at the link down below. Also sponsoring this event is Weighted Out. Now, I do have my bumper plates on the axle bar because I currently only have my black pair and my clear pair of weighted out plates that are actually in the gym today, but all of the weights are being provided by Weighted Out, and you should check them out, again, using the link down below so that you can see everything that Weighted Out has to offer. We will be having those black with red speckled plates, and it's going to be an absolutely amazing thing. A lot of those are already sold, so if you haven't purchased your pair yet, you should go do that as soon as possible. Huge thanks to Bear Steel Equipment for being the title and barbell sponsor, and then of course a huge thanks to Weighted Out for sponsoring the weights for the entire competition. With that, I'm going to read the rules, like I said, directly off the Iron Podium page. Athletes will complete a series of deadlift in a ladder format, progressing through 2 deadlift barbells, which are right here. These are the Steel Reaper Deadlift Bars from Bear Steel Equipment, linked down below. And then you will lift the axle, which is the Bear Steel Equipment Strongman Axle Bar. The event is scored by the total number of successfully completed deadlifts within 60 seconds. The way that this works, the athlete will start behind a designated line. That line should be about 5 feet behind the first barbell. You're going to get your ready from the judge. You'll say ready. The judge will say go. When the judge says go, you're going to approach the first barbell and begin lifting. You're going to do 1 deadlift, waiting for your down command. Then you can drop the bar or lower the bar, either one is fine, step over the bar and proceed to the second deadlift bar. Again, perform 1 deadlift repetition. After you get your down command, drop the bar, lower the bar, and then step over the second bar to get to the axle bar. On the axle bar, it's a little bit different. You're going to perform as many repetitions as you can for the remainder of your 60-second time limit. You do have to wait for the down command from your judge. If you do not wait for the down command, the rep does not count. If you don't wait for the down command on one of these first 2 barbells, you will have to complete another deadlift and then get a down command before you're allowed to progress to the next bar. A successful lift requires full hip and knee extension, and ties will split points evenly. There's no additional tiebreakers here. We're not taking time hacks on repetitions. I just want to make sure I'm clear on that. So when you get your down command, because you're in a valid position, you're going to move to the next bar, lift it, move to the axle bar, lift it as many times as possible. The equipment that you're allowed to use, lifting straps are totally fine. Figure 8s are fine. Straight straps are fine. Any strap you have is fine. Deadlift suits, lifting belt, knee sleeves, wrist wraps, chalk. What's not allowed is any tacky-like substance or any sort of other weird grip aid that you might have cooked up in your grandma's kitchen. Again, chalk is totally allowed, but we're not using anything that leaves a residue other than chalk. Again, like other events, it's better to ask for permission. I will not grant forgiveness. Ask for permission if it's not chalk. If I catch you using something that's not chalk, you will receive a 0 for the event. So for the full event flow, this is sort of what it'll look like. So as the athlete, I would be standing facing the judge. The judge is going to look at me, get my attention. They're going to say, ready. Now, there will be 2 lanes going at the same time. So both athletes have to be ready before the judges say go. So it's going to be ready, I say ready, and then the judge is going to say go. When they say go, I'm going to walk up to the first barbell, and I'm going to do a deadlift, waiting for my down command. Now, keep in mind, shoulders back, hips through, knees locked. Those are the 3 things we're looking for. Got my down command, move to the second bar. Grab it, pick it up, get my down command. Now, like I said earlier, drops are allowed. They're not preferred, but they are allowed. So if you want to drop the bar, move on to the third bar. And then for this one, it's going to be as many repetitions down in 60 seconds, down. These are some of the common questions that I anticipate getting. 1, what's the bar setup going to be? Again, it's going to be 2 bare steel equipment, Steel Reaper bars first. You're going to be doing them in series and then moving up to the axle bar from bare steel equipment. Second question, are the plates calibrated? No, the plates are not necessarily calibrated, but weighted out guarantees them to be within 1% accuracy. We will be using them at face value of the plate. I will weigh them before because we have 2 lanes to make sure that both are pulling very, 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 very as close as I can as a meet director to the exact same weight. What's the lockout standard? Again, hips, knees locked, shoulders neutral. So if you are like all the way forward for some reason, like you're just not locked out with your T-spine, we're not going to give you a down command. If you have some sort of injury or medical condition that prohibits you getting a full lockout in the hips, the knees, or the shoulders, you have to address that with the judge prior to them saying go. There will not be any clemency afterwards. It is before the event begins that you must work that out with the judge. They will not ask you for that. You also must wait for the down command, period. There will be no grace for missed down commands. Can we hitch? This is strongman. Absolutely. Hitching is allowed. Hitching is encouraged. So hitch away. This isn't the IPF. Can we drop the bar? You absolutely can drop the bar. As the meet director, it breaks my heart a little bit when I see stuff get dropped because I'm worried about floors and stuff. But as the athlete, I want you just to worry about your lift. So when you get to the platform, keeping in mind that you may have to step up onto maybe an 1.5 to 2 inch tall platform, make sure that you just do your lift the best you can. And if you train to do drops, do drops. Just make sure that it takes place after the down command. Versa grips. Versa grips, am I going to allow them? Basically, I'm going to say no. Versa grips are not lifting straps. Versa grips are different. I will allow lifting straps. This is going to include like your Spud Inc. yellow straps, your belt fed equipment leather straps, your figure 8s that are made out of nylon or any other sort of material. Again, I will allow all of the lifting straps, but I will not allow you to have hooks or Versa grips or anything like that. That's not a strap. So basically, figure 8s are good, single loops are good. Hook grips, if you can do a hook grip, send it. If you can do a hook grip on the axle, I'm going to take a picture of you and send it. But that is event number 2. Again, big thank you to Bare Steel Equipment. Big thank you to Wait It Out for sponsoring this event and making it possible for all of the athletes and the staff. I appreciate each and every single one of you that watch these videos, and remember to look out for other rules videos coming up for the Throwdown at Home Gym Con 2025.